What's good, everyone? It's MJoey23 Dan. Wanted to bring you guys a review of the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG in the white dark powder blue colorway. This is the Air Jordan 1 UNC, and it's the first time that it has released since it originated back in 1985. So just taking it out of the box, you got that white paper. And I'll just take out one shoe for now, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and compare it for you guys between three other models, or three other colorways. So here it is, clean shoe, dark powder blue. They went away with the true UNC colorway because there are some rights with that, but I'm sure that they wanted to create their own style and create the dark powder blue colorway. The OG is a little bit lighter in my opinion. And one other thing about this shoe is that one thing we like to discuss is the quality. So Jordan Brand has created a lot of the ones this year and with other models as well in a remastered style. So in my opinion, I feel like the back colors right here are a lot more soft and plush. You know, you don't get that plasticky feel. It feels like real good leather. Here's the front and the toe. And then you do have that OG style lacing, unlaced, I should say. And then the bottom, that dark powder blue colorway. It also came with an extra set of laces. Nothing on the aglets, just simple flat powder blue laces. Now for a close-up. There's the swoosh. It's a leather swoosh. Soft back panel and collars. Here's the Air Jordan wing logo. Nicely stitched. Not too many flaws on my pair. Here's the back. The only thing with the shoe that I noted, I had also done a periscope when I first got the shoe, is this line right here. So you guys might want to check your pairs. The tongue is heavily padded, nicely done. When I first got the shoe, or when I first saw images of the shoe, I thought that the inside of the tongue padding was a blue tint, reminiscent of the Air Jordan 6 Retro and Sport Blue colorway, but that's not the case. It's a dark foam padding, which would, slightly emulate the outside of the tongue. So here are the details with the back. And then you guys also want to check your pairs as well, because some of them also were stitched in this fashion. So it's not aligned. Take note of the spacing between this line right here and this line right here. I'm going to go ahead and match it up to the other pairs, or the other colorways. And then on the inside, you have Nike Air. I wear size 10. Came with a cardboard insert. White laces, of course. Here's the stitching on the inside. It's that dark powder blue stitching with the white backing. Goes up throughout into the dark powder blue lining. You can see the stitch marks from the outside on in here. Dark powder blue. Here is the inside tag with the dates of 5/13/2015 and July 24, 2015. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and compare it to the other colorways. So first up, we have the black and red Air Jordan 1 from 2013. This one did not have that remastered leather on it. Jordan Brand had started the remaster program at the beginning, or actually maybe even at the end of 2014. So you do feel like that plastic feel to the leather, just a touch. But overall, you know, the shoe was done to proper justice. You know, with the Nike Air on the tongue, and on the inside, red Nike Air. Love the lining, the stitching's good. The red laces, just a great release right there. So I would categorize this in terms of quality on the lower end when we talk about leathers. So the next one, in my opinion, would be the Chicago 1. The Chicago 1, I would say, would be closely reminiscent to the UNC 1 in terms of quality, despite the softer leather back panels here, particularly the collar. But otherwise, it's pretty much got the build of the UNC 1. Alright, so that would be second. Third would be the UNC 1, just because I feel like the leather is softer on this, which I feel would be a little bit more comfortable. But otherwise, I love Air Jordan 1s, so they are very comfortable to me. And then the cream of the crop right here would be the Shattered Backboard Air Jordan 1. As I described it in a previous video, the back panels, and especially the orange, it feels just like a broken in NBA game used NBA basketball. So if you've never felt what that feels like, I mean, you can go into your local sporting goods store and pick up a man, I don't even know if it's the newer style basketball. I have an older style version that is broken in real well, and that's what it feels like to me. So that's why I would say that in terms of ranking, the Shattered Backboards would be 1, Carolina Blue or the UNC colorway 2, Chicago 1, 3, and then the black and red, and probably any other Air Jordan 1 previous to the Chicago, you know, on the way down. But top 3, Chicago, the UNC, and the Shattered Backboard. Now, I also had a discussion with another member on SoulCollector.com, or on the forums itself, that the Air Jordan 1 Pinnacle Vachetta Tan colorway, we had talked about quality with those sneakers, and he was saying that the Vachetta Tan was the best leather sneaker that he's ever owned. Even to prove it, he had busted out 2 pairs of Louis Vuitton sneakers, and he took pictures, and he did a really nice breakdown of the quality on those sneakers. And I'll go ahead and link that in the description so you guys can see a little bit more about that. But so, talking about the differences between between these 3 sneakers right here, I'll go ahead and take out the black and red out of the equation. You know, as far as leather, the shapes are all the same. Leather is just a different softness, different feel. The way it's built. Go ahead and bring you up to speed here with, you know, they all came factory laced just like this. And you are going to see like a lot more space with the tongue here. So you see like this gap versus the top. So you take note of that. Compare it to the UNC, which looks like it is the same width overall, bottom and top, and then the Shattered Backboards right here. And you can even tell that there's a lot more padding in the Shattered Backboard compared to the other two. Jordan Brand just really hit it out of the park with the build on their Jordan 1s this year, and much props to them. So anyways, that's the review. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to have more videos available to you in the coming weeks. Just went on a little vacation to San Diego. And that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe to me at mjo23dan on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, and also here on YouTube. I'll catch you guys later. Take care.